Time a rattlesnake sheds its skin, the last scale fails to come away, adding itself to the rattle. The scales fit loosely inside each other and act like castanets when vibrated. It's a warning to possible enemies to stay well clear. The rattler would far rather avoid trouble, and come to that, it doesn't want to waste venom it could use getting itself a meal. There's a harmless species that has learned that it pays to impersonate a rattler. The gopher not only looks like a rattler, but gives a very good imitation of a rattle by hissing. It can also vibrate its tail against vegetation to strengthen the impression. American coral snakes are deadly. There's a helpful little rhyme. Red and yellow, kill a fellow. Red and black, venom lack. Well, this is red band next to yellow, and the coral snake which owns this color combination can very well kill a fellow. Look quickly, as if your life depends on it, and decide whether these colors say kill a fellow or venom lack. Correct. Red next to black. It's the non-poisonous scarlet king snake. There's an obvious advantage to the king snake in impersonating its more deadly neighbor. Are likely to avoid it. Most king snakes, this is the Mexican species, have these red and black bands, though in different proportions. King snakes specialize in catching and eating other snakes, so to be mistaken for a coral snake by the victim is a useful weapon. The Californian king snake lacks the red bands altogether, but its striped pattern is still confusing to its prey, which includes rattlers. King snakes often get bitten in their battles to subdue rattlesnakes in order to eat them. They seem to ignore bites and are resistant to venom that could kill a man at least 3,000 times their body weight. The spitting cobra has two defense mechanisms. It can enlarge its neck by expanding the so-called hood. It's done by movements of the elongated neck ribs unique to cobras. It can also spit venom, invariably at the eyes of an enemy. It's the same venom it injects with its bite. The venom can blind, at least temporarily, and if not washed out of the human eye, is extremely painful. Reveals a feature common to all snakes, a protruding glottis. This tube-like device enables the snake to breathe even when it's swallowing large prey. Despite all these defense measures, and for all their speed and deadliness, many snakes fall victim to predators. Snakes, as we shall see, don't have it all their own way. Snakes live by killing a wide variety of prey, so they have the image of being the invariable and successful aggressors. But snakes are widely preyed upon themselves. There are even snakes like the African file snake that specialize in catching and eating other snakes. It's really surprising there aren't more snake-eating snakes. After all, a small snake is a perfectly packed meal for a larger snake. It fits inside beautifully, and it has no awkward extremities like legs. The stomach muscles of the file snake pull the green bush snake down at an incredible rate. Snakes have enemies in almost every branch of the animal kingdom, and not least among the giant lizards, their closest relatives. This African monitor lizard knows that termite mounds can provide a widely varied menu. They shelter so many different edible creatures. The pygmy mongooses who live inside the mounds are too small to kill all but the smallest snakes and lizards, and certainly not the snake the monitor finds there. A spitting cobra. The monitor is too big to be intimidated by the raised hood, and for once, the cobra doesn't seem to... But it does bite, and hangs on, pumping in a good dose of venom. Some of the poison must have penetrated the monitor's tough skin. But it's highly likely that the big lizard has a marked degree of immunity to snake venom. Many habitual snake killers have this, but it's very unlikely that any snake eater possesses the total immunity some people claim. Several birds of prey are specialized snake hunters. The secretary bird that stalks the African savanna, holding down snakes with its powerful feet, is one of the most successful. So is this short-toed eagle, found in southern Europe. The eagle, it's a young one, swoops on a ladder snake. The technique is to hold the snake down with its talons while attacking the serpent's head with its beak. It's too inexperienced to know how to dispatch the snake quickly. Whatever the snake's